So today I'm going to have you guys join me in my study session. I have a few assignments to do, three total. I have to do two discussion board posts and then also write a proposal for my final paper slash project, which is rather fictitious. But it's interesting and it's a creative assignment. And I've only ever done one other creative assignment to this degree or to anything related similar to what this assignment is. It's a 300 level course, a 300 level history course, and it's all right. It really is all right. We're getting through it. We're doing the work. It's an interesting topic, so at least we have that. But yeah, I have playing on my iPad the Vault of Ambiance, Enchanted Forest Music and Ambiance, because if you're not a woodland creature while you are studying, what are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing if that is not the vibe that you're going for when you're doing homework? I'm like genuinely curious what other people listen to when they study because I cannot focus with like actual music. And so, like, this like ambiance and being in Enchanted Forest makes me feel better about doing the homework. Maybe that's why I want to go into academia or just continue my studies. So as it is, yes, we are doing a bunch of homework. We are doing the two discussion board posts and the proposal. You guys are gonna join me. So yeah, let's study. Happy studying. Big stretch. changed locations. I am now on my bed. We just submitted the 2 discussion board posts. I'm actually surprised by how quickly I did it. Last week it did take a bit. But it is 3:42. I'm about to have dinner at my grandparents' house, and so I'm gonna bike over to my abuelo's house. Abuelos is Spanish for grandparent, or grandfather specifically, but with the plural, it's a whole thing. So we're gonna bike over there. It's like 5-minute bike. It shouldn't be too long. I think it's like 1.5 miles. So maybe like 7 minutes. I'm gonna bike over there in my dress because I'm gonna work out later. And I don't want to change until I work out. And then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do the final assignment. But we're having a very productive day. I'm so happy that that finished so much quicker than I thought it was. So I'm gonna have a good amount of time to work on my proposal. So, yay! Yeah. My noble steed. I'm about to head out. And my current, oh, there's a car. My current audiobook whenever I ride my bike is Outlander right now because I finished the Bridgerton series and so I'm rereading Outlander. So my noble steed as I bike like 1.5 miles to my grandparents' house. We're out on the bike again. I just finished eating dinner at my grandparents' house. We had pizza and España and England were playing. So España and Inglaterra in soccer. So everyone is thoroughly enthralled into that. I brainstormed with my abuela on what I'm gonna do for my final project. And so my final project, we have to come up with a fictional person and have them like interact with real people and do like a sort of like autobiography type of thing. And so I had a few ideas, but the one that I'm gonna go with is like a lady in waiting for Catalina of Aragon. So Henry VIII's, one of Henry VIII's wives, his first wife, she was Spanish princess, the daughter of Isabella of Castile and King Ferdinand. And so we came up with this person, my abuela and I, and her name is going to be Adalina de Seville. Seville is a very, very important port city in Spain, so there would have been a lot of connections. And so like I'll have like one of her siblings be like an artist, and her family be like pretty influential, but she's like in England, disconnected from her family and her culture because she's there with her like queen. I don't know, it's silly. The assignment is silly though. So now we're gonna just bike over to my house again, write down my little ideas, find some sources and things of that nature. And yeah, I'm kind of excited. I actually am really excited. It's completely ridiculous assignment, but might as well embrace the ridiculous. So back on the bike. Yes, I did ride a bike in a skirt and ballerina flats, but it is what it is. It's very pretty outside though. Okay, bye. silly.
Why are you so angry?
Hello, we are all done. I was able to do all of the homework assignments that I needed to a couple hours before the deadline, which is so exciting. I love when that happens. Um, and so, yeah, I was able to do my two discussion board posts, which I think is standard for Southern New Hampshire University. You have one discussion board post so that you can interact with your classmates, and it's based off of like the reading. And then you have two replies. So today, or this week, was discussion on what Renaissance life was like and how it would compare or can compare to American society, like American modern society, and thinking like United States of America. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, it doesn't." I argue that it kind of does. When you think of hierarchy and socioeconomic status and the rise of a middle class, but also like a middle class that is straddling between upper and middle, and kind of just like how there's a difference between old money and new money, and just like kind of, yeah, I think it was an interesting discussion, and I think I offered some good insight. I mean, I got an A, so yay on that. And then you do your two feedback questions from your peers, and then there's a third assignment, or like fourth really, um, where you have to submit. For this week, it was you have to submit a written prospectus or proposal for your final or capstone assignment. And so the capstone assignment is to write and create a fictitious character that would have interacted with real people, and kind of have them interact with these people, and write an autobiography for this fictitious person. And so I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but my person is the a lady in waiting and a second cousin to Catalina of Aragon, who is the Queen of England, the first wife and the only true queen, because of like laws and stuff like that, of Henry VIII. And so, my person's name is Adelina Teresa de Sevilla and de Castilla de Leon. And so her mother was first cousins with Queen Isabella, and I think it's really good. They were born like a month apart, and that's why they were so close. And because she's from Sevilla, my whole idea is that and this is like a fake dukedom, obviously, that I created because her father is the Duke of Sevilla. And while that is like a dukedom now, it was not back then. And so I did like some research on like how royal families work, and kind of thinking about like where she would have been born, how would she have been involved in the court. And so I created this whole like family tree for her, and she is going to be a lady in waiting, like I said, for Catalina, and she will go with her to England when Catalina is engaged to Prince Arthur and then marries Henry VIII. And I think it's just going to be fun. I think it's going to be super fun. And who knows, maybe there's a project in there somewhere. Um, but I feel like I'm writing my own fan fiction, as ridiculous as it is, and like submitting it as a class assignment. It is definitely not what I am used to. My liberal arts college does not have creative assignments like this. The closest that I can think of is for one course, I had to create a model of like an online model using art steps of a gallery. So creating my own fictitious, like, fictional story of this like fake person who was involved in Spanish nobility is going to be really interesting. And provided my bibliography, obviously it's a working bibliography, so I'll be continuing to look at and think about what secondary and primary sources I want to examine. But I submitted the project, and so hopefully Adelina Teresa will be a true person in my heart and for this assignment. Because I put in the work, and I hope my professor sees that. Um, But yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this first study day vlog. My Sundays are usually consist of like finishing my assignments and wrapping up my school week. So it's really nice to have someone to talk to about these assignments and talk through them. Thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you so much. We're definitely going to do this again because this was fun and it was a good way to like get me to be productive. So see you next time. Bye.